Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Sky Sharks. Yes, Sky Sharks. Um, Down below is the cast and crew information, and I'm going to start off with the IMDb plot. Deep in the ice of the Arctic, a team of geologists uncover an old Nazi laboratory, still intact, where dark experiments had occurred. In order to conquer the world, the Nazis create modified sharks who are able to fly and whose riders are genetically mutated. Undead superhumans. A military task force called Dead Flesh 4, reanimated U.S. soldiers who fell in Vietnam, is put together to prevent the world downfall. Okay. So, when I kind of saw the trailer to this and saw sky sharks and sharks that are basically flying through the air, um, you know, that just had to be seen. I'm a sucker for shark movies as it is. Usually the sharks are in the ocean and so forth, but this time they're flying. And yeah, we saw Sharknado, but that was kind of flying because of they were in the tornado and whatever ridiculousness you want to call it there. But this time they're actually given the ability through science and experiments and so forth to fly, and they actually have people riding them or mutants riding them. So that just makes it even better. You can kind of call this a sci-fi special if you want. Not that it's done on the Sci-Fi Channel, but just kind of done in that manner. This is not a film to kind of take too seriously. You're just gonna have to sit back and enjoy. Some of it is CGI, and I know the general hate for CGI and so forth, and that is disappointing a little bit. But I think given that it is kind of done in a sci-fi manner, and I don't think you'd really expect them to practically do a whole bunch of flying sharks and so forth with mutants on it. Unless it's some huge grand production, which I'm sure of that level. No, not taking a shot at this production, but I don't think it was of that level, or what would have been needed to do that kind of thing if it was all practical. So yeah, there is some CGI-ness to this. So if you're just really anti that, then maybe this is just not for you. But I would say to just give it a chance, and then to kind of just take a step back and don't take it as this complete, super serious movie like maybe some of the other movies that you'd watch and you'd just be disappointed with CGI. I think this is one where you'd almost kind of expect it. So you should know that just going into it. With that there is some really fun scenes here. There's a really big action scene where these Nazis have picked out a plane that they're going to attack, and you kind of see them come in their ship and then unleash the sky sharks down, and you see them go to work on this plane, cutting through it, going inside, killing some people in that way, basically ripping a section of the plane off, the roof off, and basically killing a bunch of people in the process. Wild scene. So you're going to get a lot of blood and guts. Yeah, it will be CGI, but I it's just a really really great scene as it is. If you can kind of stomach the CGI stuff, but I thought it was a terrific scene, and just like I said, just sit back and enjoy for what it is. The sharks look pretty cool, I will say that. Look pretty intimidating there, and I didn't think they were too bad looking considering. Yeah, the mutants were alright, but I was more admittedly was just more focused on the sharks. Um, I'm just a shark person, just all about the sharks there. So, um, and then as far as the story here, it's probably got what you expect. It's a lot of talk about science experiments and so forth, and Nazis and their goal to take over the world and that kind of thing. So nothing terribly new there. You can get introduced to one doctor who's basically, kind of takes it to task that he wants to be the solution of this problem, and um, he talks about the experiment he did where it mentions coming up with these other super soldiers to save the day, and they have some other agents and spies and so forth that go and kind of get involved with the Nazis and trying to take them down, which proves a little bit harder than they expected. There is an appearance by Tony Todd in it. He plays a general or a major or something like that. So he has a fun time in his role, as you can see. There's be some other names that you'll probably recognize as you go through. There's a little bit of nudity if you're looking for that. An interesting scene or two in that regard. So it's kind of got a little bit of everything sprinkled in there. But it kind of just leads to one of these really crazy sci-fi movies, almost kind of reminding me of a lesser like Planet Terror type. They do leave it have a crazy ending where I guess I don't remember if it was after the credits or at the end, where they make reference to another kind of mutant kind of thing. So instead of sky sharks, you have something else going on, which would be also interesting. I'm not gonna say I'm into that creature as much, but that would be interesting if they did that. And I guess they kind of, it's almost like they did that to poke fun at themselves and what they had just done with the sky sharks. But that's interesting, and then that kind of flashed me back to the kind of thing where, kind of like when you watch Machete, and they kind of had those, like see Machete in space, and we're still waiting on that. So that kind of thing happened at the end of this movie. So again, there's not a whole lot to say here other than I did think it was pretty cool. I did enjoy it. I didn't try to get too wrapped up in the story here. There is obviously the story there. There is, some spy stuff and some investigation. Obviously, we have to take down the Nazis. But nothing, that we really haven't seen before. They go into this whole story with the soldiers and how they were created. So there's that angle. Some of the characters have an accent, and at times it's a little hard to understand. But I think a lot of the characters were exaggerated here. This is just, like I keep saying, it's just don't take this movie too seriously. Just kind of take a step back, throw it on, enjoy it for what it is. If you're looking for, a super serious, Oscar-winning movie here, Oscar-winning effects and so forth, it's just not this is not the movie. So with that, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Say 3 pools of blood, and that's 3 out of 5 pools of blood. And just if you catch this, come across it, just throw it on and just sit back and let it happen. You may think there are a lot of things that are really cool about it, or you just may think I've just wasted my time. It's just one of these movies that's just gonna fall on anywhere at the bottom to the top. It apparently on IMDb is not going so well, but I still think that if you can kind of just not take it too seriously and just throw it on, I think you have a lot of fun with it. I guess you can almost say the same for Sharknado, at least the first one, and maybe 2 if you don't take it seriously and take it for some of the creativity they try to pull out. You might enjoy it. After that, Sharknado became just a place for old movie stars and advertisements. But this one I think would be interesting, and they kind of leave it open at the end where there could be a sequel, and I say bring it. Why not? Let's do it again. Let's have some fun with it. This is one of those movies I kind of just give a pass, where maybe I should have rated it lower, and it's probably not deserving of a higher rating, but because I just kind of take it and look at it in a different way and not so seriously, and just enjoyed it for the moments of like in the airplane and some of the fight scenes and so forth, and not worried too much about is the plot correct, and the story and the characters and the acting. Kind of eliminated all that. So with that, more information down below. Subscribe to the channel. HorrorScoreReviews.blogspot.com is where you can find more reviews, and including written ones. Twitter, Facebook information is there as well, so reach out to me there. Talk to me about this movie, other movies. Always willing to talk horror. And also in the comment section, feel free to comment on this if you've seen this movie. Your thoughts, I'm always interested in that as well. And with that, we'll figure out new ways to stay away from sharks now they're in the sky, in the water, I don't know. But we'll catch you on the next review, horror fans.